If you're tired of all the fucking bullshit advice about IG of like, yeah, bro, you have to post more, you need better content, all this like unuseful data from like all of these other YouTubers, then this video is exactly for you. Because in the next 10-20 minutes, I'm going to be breaking down how we scaled a brand new creator to over 10,000 followers in 30 days. I'm also going to show you how much money we have made, what were the components, what phone we used, what proxy, all this other stuff, what was the full IG funnel, explain to you why our content exactly worked, explain the data tracking, explain how to get your proper ICP profile, explain the content strategy, and also one of our secret methods that I guarantee that you haven't seen so far on YouTube, like how we have grown our IG accounts this quickly. If you haven't seen me before, my name is Armi. I've been in OFM for over 4 years now, and my agency is doing multi six figures every single month. So let's get right into it. So first of all, the statistics. As you can see, we have grown to 11 or like 10,500 followers. When we started out, it had like a few hundred followers on the IG account. As you can see, we have made over $10,000 just from this one IG account. And in total, we got around like a 4% conversion rate on the OF profile. All of these are paid fans. Basically, you can see all of the data right here. So what tools did we use? So for the phone, we have used a Samsung Note 20. Some people said iOS is better than Android. Some people say vice versa. But in my opinion, it's not going to matter that much. We were able to receive this amount of followers and this much money from a Note 20 phone. We used 4G, 5G USA proxy from GridPanel. We have used SocksDroid, so the phone itself was able to connect to the proxy. We used a PingMe SMS verification application to register the Instagram account itself with a USA phone number. After that, we have added an iCloud hide my email address. We have used Loixi, which is like a telephone management software, which is like how you're able to manage devices from your PC. Also, we have used Razdesk, so the VA was able to access the PC and the phones also. We had a Filipino VA, and we also had a Nigerian editor. If you're interested in how you're able to set up this whole setup, then you're able to check out my one of my other videos, but I exactly explain this, link in the description. So, first of all, we have to break down the IG funnel and how it basically works. First of all, is going to be awareness. I know that this is going to sound basic, but in most cases, people who are not getting results that they want on IG, they are not executing on the basics. So the first step is going to be awareness. In this case, it's going to be they are going to see the reel or the carousel post on IG on their feed. Next is going to be interest. They are seeing the post and then they will become interested in her. So they are going on their profile. Once they're at the profile, they are going to be considering going to the OF profile itself. After it is going to be conversion once they're hitting on subscribe. So this is the funnel broken down. Another really important thing is you must have heard hook, retain, reward. Okay, but without proper examples, you're not able to use this knowledge. So let me break it down for you. As we discussed, first step is going to be awareness, which is going to be appearing on IG. The first step on a video should be an eye-catching hook. Hook, retain, reward. First stop is going to be hook. You have to check out all of your content. Is there a hook in the first 1 or 2 seconds? If there is a hook, then good job. If there is no hook, just like a fucking boring video, then you are going to fail. Some hook examples. One of them is like a viral meme format. Let me just play it down for you real quick. So this is like viral memes put together with your creator. This is like super simple, super basic. Next is going to be a purely visual hook. As you can see in the first 1 or 2 seconds, something really interesting happening. And lastly, for example, like a transition hook. in the first couple of seconds, there's constantly movement. It's just hooking in all of these views. That is why all of these videos are working really good. If the first 1 or 2 seconds are trash, like even though the creator might be a really good looking one, you might have the best funnel, but if the hook isn't then you're just going to fail. So that is why the first step is making sure that you have an eye-catching hook. Start with this first. Later on, like I know that in some cases you don't know like what to do next. You have heard of hook, retain, reward, and you have to do all of them. But in some cases you might have the hook right, but the retain and reward is not there. So that is where, like in the next like 5 or 10 minutes later, we are going to also talk about the data tracking itself of like how you can identify what is your exact problem. So back to retain. Retaining basically means that the people are going to watch the fucking video. For this, one of the best examples is going to be looking at Mr. Beast videos, so you're going to understand what retain is. So, if you look at one of the Mr. Beast videos, then you're going to notice that every 2 to 3 seconds something is happening. All of their videos are fast paced. Look up Mr. Beast right now. It's going to be every 2 to 4 second-ish, jump cut, constantly fast paced. And that is why it's going to be really good for retaining, because something is constantly happening, right? So that should be the main thing in your mind. Something should be constantly happening, so the viewers are going to stick to the video that you have. Also, another super simple thing, because I know a lot of people are just running like super simple reels with like text on them. Another good example for this is just like a typewriter effect. Not sure if you can see, maybe like this. So again, with this, constantly something is happening, making sure that the retain is as high as possible. If the video is not able to retain the viewers, so the hook might be there, but they're not able to retain them, then you're again going to fail. Next is going to be the reward. In most cases, this is going to be the hardest, of making sure that there is going to be something at the end, which, just like a couple examples, might be like a challenge. If you like this video, then share it with me, or like share it with your friends, or a call to action to read the description of the video, which is going to make them stay that way longer. Also, it can be like a loop video where when it ends, then the video restarts without the viewer noticing that it will restart. And also just another super simple one, then she's going to act like that she's taking off her clothes, basically. If all of these are there, then the question is going to be, did it evoke enough interest so the guys will go to your profile? Because the hook, retain, reward, this formula is good for going viral, but you can go viral without getting people into your profile. So that is where, once all of these are in place, then you also have to make sure that it is going to evoke enough interest in the guys. This is where also the ICP, what we are going to define here, is going to come into place. So if it did not evoke enough interest, then the video might have went viral, but they're not going to your profile. You're not making any money. If it did evoke enough interest, then they're going to visit the profile. This is where the profile conversion is going to matter a lot. What that's going to mean is you have to make sure that the whole aesthetic, the whole branding, the whole vibe is going to be congruent to the creator and also with the ICP. Make sure that there are going to be really good, high quality pin posts, carousels, highlights, all of this, making sure that the profile looks aesthetic and pleasing. Here's a really good example. This creator, as you can see, it's not just filled with a fuck ton of reels. It has really high quality carousel pictures of the creator, also going basically showcasing her personality of her trips. This just looks aesthetic. But for most agencies, they're just going to treat IG as like a source of like, okay, just push a bunch of reels and that's it, and just hoping to go viral. Even if they go viral, then the profile might be shit, they're not going to convert. So this is where basically the whole profile conversion will come into place. Again, we're going to discuss it at the data tracking part. From all of this, once they visit the profile, it's going to be the consideration phase. In most cases, it's just going to be a reality check. So like, they might have liked everything that's on the profile, but if the profile feels like that it's being managed by an agency, or it's fake account, or it's AI account, then they're not going to subscribe, because this is going to be the reality check part. They're going to ask themselves, is this really her? And am I really that interested in her? This is why you have to make sure that the whole profile looks aesthetic, looks pleasing, and inviting. If you're going to fail at the consideration phase, they might have been to your profile, but they're not going to click on the link in bio. So again, you're going to be failing. From this, the next is going to be the conversion phase, which is when they're going into the link in bio or highlight or whatever you have there. And then they're going into the OF page. This is where making sure that the whole link in bio funnel is super easy to follow. It doesn't have hundreds and hundreds of links, because another thing is, if you have a Reddit or a Twitter account in the link in bio, then it's going to 100% kill your conversion, because all of these guys know that on Reddit and Twitter, most of these creators are posting free content or like free explicit content. So that's why they're not going to your OF profile. So just from that one thing alone, it can be killing your fucking conversion. So this is where making sure that the final conversion is going to be as easy and as streamlined for the guys as possible. And then going to the OF page. And again, the OF page looks inviting, looks like a normal creator is running her, and the pricing is correct, and like all of this other stuff. If the conversion layer is also on point, then you are going to be getting all of these lonely sims to your OF profile. If you are failing at this part, then you're going to be failing. So this is where the whole funnel comes into place. Okay, all of this is really good, you might be saying, but how can you actually use this information? This is where the data tracking is going to come in place. So I'm not sure if you know this, but you can go into all of your reels and check out how they were performing. For example, if the graph looks like this, you can see that 100% of the guys started here, but it had a sudden drop off in the beginning. It means that you had a bad hook. You can have the full funnel perfected, but if the hook is going to be shit, no one is going to be interested. What this means is you basically had a too long or too slow opening, and there wasn't enough curiosity in the beginning. Next, it might be bad retain. You might have gotten a really good hook, but there isn't going to be enough action, enough excitement in the video. So basically you have like a boring video. Then you have to fix the retaining part. Next is like a bad moment when everything is going fine, but there is a huge drop off at the middle, which might be like a boring moment. Make sure to tighten up the whole video. So again, it's going to be fast paced, constantly moving. Bad reward, which is just like at the end you have like a sudden drop off. There is not going to be like a clear ending or like no call to action, no special moment at the end. You can have also like a straight up bad video, like everything is going to be trash. Like this is like, it means that you have all along like bad video. And this is what a good video is going to look like. Basically, it's like a straight graph and you have like a high completion rate. What you should do once you have like a couple good videos is to actually fucking double down on them. Like, don't just say that, okay, this went viral, let's try something else. No, double down on this content and rinse it until it doesn't work. Trust me on this. Another part about data tracking is we discussed this whole funnel. I'm just going to mention it briefly of like what you should be tracking. First of all, you're going to be obviously getting the views. In here, another important part is going to be targeting. So if you're getting 65-year-old Indian females, they're not going to be subscribing. But if you're getting the ICP, the guys that you want to get, then the whole conversion and the amount of subs are going to be way higher. So make sure that with the content, you have the right targeting. From the views, the people are actually going and checking out your profile. And here they might also become followers. That's also like a great sign. They might be following, like they might be subscribing to you later on. From here, how many link clicks you are getting. So this is going to be basically the profile funnel, like how good the conversion is. They might be going to your profile, but they're not clicking on the link. Then you know that, okay, that's going to be the problem. If they're clicking on the link, then the next is link to OF conversions. Like how many people are actually going to click on the OF link in the link in bio, and how many of them are going to actually subscribe. And at the end is going to be the OF conversion. This is just like super shortly of like what kind of data you're able to track. Obviously, apart from these, there are going to be many, many more, but this is generally the 80-20 here. So all of this is really good, but if you don't have a clear ICP of the guys that you want to get, you might be getting millions and millions and millions of views, but if it's not the right views, then you're still not going to get the subscribers or the quality of subscribers in. So with the ICP, the first step is basically the demographics of the age, relationship status, location, basically income level of like what kind of job he might have. So with this, you can already like target whenever you're making the videos, is this video going to be good for this one person? The physiographics, personality, what hobbies he might have, what can he relate to, and what content is he going to likely consume, his behavior, how did he find the creator, what made him subscribe, what makes him spend on PPVs, what makes him leave. And the last, which is going to be go-to the information, is the platform signals. So you might think in your head that, okay, I have this ICP, but actually go into your OF profiles, look at the biggest spenders, and that's going to be the best ICP that you can have. Look at the Instagram insights, the OF analytics, chat logs, look at what is currently working for you. So from all of these, you're able to figure out, okay, that is going to be the perfect guy. So instead of looking all of the videos, all of the pages, and all of the content with your own eyes, look at with this ICP's eyes and make sure that, okay, would this guy like the video? Would this guy subscribe? That makes sense? Basically, from this, you're able to build a profile. You can put the ICP in like one sentence. He is X age, in X location, with X identity, and who wants X things and fears X thing. This is going to be like a basic building block of the personality of the brand that you're going to build for your creator. You also have to validate the alignment, what I mentioned before. Does the content speak to him? No, content is too generic. In that case, you're not going to succeed. In that case, yes, everything is specified to that one person. And after that, another important thing, which is not related to IG, but generally for the OF, does the chatting match him? Are you using the slangs or the emojis or the vibes that that guy can understand and relate to? And once all of this are logged in, then you basically have the ICP logged. Then you can use it for content briefs, chatter SOPs, strategies, traffic sources, whatever. What I would recommend is to revisit this every 1, 2, 3 months, just to make sure everything is running smoothly based on the current data that you might have. Okay, all of this is again nice, but you might be asking, okay, but what was the exact content strategy? What kind of reels, all of this stuff. So the content strategy. This is going to be another important part. You have to test until you find the winners. Like neither does my team or no one else's team. Like no one has like a secret sauce. Okay, if you just copy this, then you're guaranteed to go viral. That's not fucking possible. We have to test first what's going to be working good for your creator. So we basically split tested 3 formats. Out of those, one of them was a winner, and we basically doubled down on it. We are posting 2 reels a day, and as I mentioned, we are recreating the best performing ones and also trying to make them even better and better and better. That is going to be the simplest thing that you can also implement today. Another super underrated is going to be carousels. Carousels are just like normal posts with like multiple pictures in it. We are posting around once a day, and we are also pinning the best ones. The reason why these are working really good is because everyone is focused on just reels. Because everyone is only posting reels, then almost no one is going to be posting carousels. And also the IG algorithm is still going to be pushing carousels, although not as much as reels. But with this, there isn't that much competition. And once any of these carousels go viral, they go fucking viral. So make sure to actually use this. And it's going to make the whole IG page look way better. And also a super underrated thing is going to be actually good stories. We are posting 2 to 5 stories daily. Here is an example of how the whole posting cadence look like. Monday lifestyle, Tuesday Q&A, Wednesday a meme, Thursday a poll, Friday reply baiting, Saturday lifestyle, Sunday meme. And apart from these, we are also posting all of the new carousels or like reels that we are posting as like a repost. And every few days, every 3 days, we are posting a link also to the link in bio. And you have to also make sure that every couple of weeks you are switching up the order so the guys are not going to notice that you are posting at the same frequency or at the same order. And lastly, which is going to be the best strategy that I can recommend right now, is going to be the asymmetric warfare, which is going to be like a snowball effect of like how you're able to grow all of these IG pages as fast as possible. Which is going to be basically funneling the traffic from TikTok, Snapchat, and Reddit to one or two of these main IG accounts. Because if you're just starting any of these IG accounts from complete zero, it's going to be way harder than if you were to start some of these pages with already getting external traffic. Because with this, you're basically brute forcing followers and brute forcing the right targeting and the right views onto this IG account, which is going to signal to IG that, okay, you're basically like a celebrity and you're getting so much traffic outside of IG, which is obviously going to be really good for the algorithm because you're getting more viewers and more people into their platform. So they're also going to be rewarding you. Hope that makes sense. And from there, you're basically funneling to OA. So this is basically all of these steps that we have taken to grow this basically brand new creator to 10K followers and also made almost $11,000 just from this one IG account. Obviously, we run multiple other accounts and some other traffic sources, but just from this 11K from the first 30 days of running with her. If you're an agency owner stuck between 5K to 50K a month and you don't know what to do next, you are working fucking 24/7. Everything is like a mess. You don't have proper KPIs, proper SOPs. You don't have a predictable machine in your agency. Then make sure to schedule a one-on-one call with me. Again, it's going to be totally free. I'm going to personally audit your agency and figure out how me and my team can help you actually fucking scale that thing. That's about it. See you guys.